Welcome back to Chow Time Pod. It's your host, Red. I got a video today from Peace World. Please like, comment, subscribe down below. I really appreciate that. Let's get that chow. It's chow time.
Notice how the men are cornering that bear. Notice how the men
What?
are making that bear feel uncomfortable.
What?
Notice how those men are harassing and taking videos of that bear even though it clearly doesn't want them to be there. Notice how those men, if they get attacked or bit, that bear will be to blame and that bear will get put down because those men don't understand no. They don't understand leave me alone. They don't understand boundaries. Notice how in the Man v. Bear, men didn't understand that men are the predators and make everyone else around them feel uncomfortable, including the bears. Notice how the men think it's funny to put everyone else's lives at risk so that they can laugh and joke and get a video because everything.
So you know people's lives are at risk because the bear is there. So you know the bear is inherently dangerous, but you still are...
Things a joke until they're on the receiving end.
I really love this for you guys. I really do. You know, you guys just lost an election by a considerable amount.
Yeah.
And a couple of days later, you just go back to the same tactics that lost you the election. This is something that I've been thinking about. Who are the tacticians when it comes to the left, the liberals, the feminists? Who's going to come together and actually come up with a
Remember, P, the best tacticians in the world are male.
strategy to get men back on their side? Because a lot of these women can't help but be driven by their emotions. And that's what they've been doing. And that's why they've been losing. But there's going to have to be someone who sits down and says, okay, so we as feminists, we as liberals, we've been promoting this hatred towards men and it's not working. How do we change it? What do we do? Because it's gotten to the point that now the majority of women aren't even on your side anymore.
Nope.
They're seeing through the BS.
It's really funny to me that all of these people are so feminist, they're so pro-woman, until you disagree with them. If you don't know what I'm talking about, Mark Cuban just said that no strong, intelligent women support Trump. Which, in my opinion, is pretty sexist and misogynistic coming from this pro-woman, pro-feminist guy. And also, Mark, have you literally taken one look at Trump's campaign team? He is surrounded by stunning women. He had an amazing female press secretary. Kellyanne Conway was the first woman to successfully run a US presidential campaign. Tulsi Gabbard, who I hope one day will be our first male president, literally left the Democratic Party and now supports him. I don't know, Mark, this just doesn't seem like female empowerment to me.
Yeah, they're not misogynistic until you disagree with them.
Yep.
Right? They're about peace and love and bringing people together until you disagree with them. They're about inclusion until you disagree with them. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I have never received abuse like I've received abuse from feminists. And I'm not talking about disagreeing with opinions or joking on me or making whatever the case is. That's normal. I'm talking about real racist, real inhuman abuse. The type of abuse growing up as a black person that you're told that you'll get from like racist conservatives, KKK. I'm talking about that level of abuse online. All because I disagree with their opinions. Yep. I remember the brick lady scenario. Black men were being called bullet bags. I couldn't believe it. That was different. I've never heard anything like that before. That was that was when I realized, okay, these people are some of the worst.
Yep.
I love this so much because this is the exact reason why Trump won the presidency. I'm not trying to be rude, I'm not trying to be a dick, but it is liberal narcissism like this, which is why Trump is going to be president again.
Imagine what this world would look like if men focused their actual attention on the people who actually voted for Trump instead of getting involved in everybody else's business. And the people who actually voted for Trump are men, white men specifically. So why am I seeing so many leftist men going after white women, going after every other demographic except their own people? I'm not going to give white women too much credit because they still have a lot of work to do, but I've been seeing way more posts about white women talking about the reckoning that they have to face about their own community than I have about men facing that reckoning amongst themselves. Every year, men have a crisis of being radicalized to the right. White men have no business telling anybody else what they should be doing about their political ethos when their own house is not clean. Y'all are failing at pulling...
I don't think anybody's house is clean. All of us communities have a lot of internal battles between amongst ourselves.
Men out of the right and into the left where they should be, because most working class men voted for Trump. That is a failure of recruitment. You get an F at getting people on our side, yet you are so smugly calling out everybody else that you forget to look in the mirror at your own community. But don't worry, I have a business idea that will help you all stay busy so that you stop going after other people instead of your own community. It's called a de-radicalization hotline, and all you have to do is pass off your phone number to every non-white person in your life so that when they're confronted by a right-winger, a Trump supporter, somebody who's trying to convince them that their rights are not valid, instead of them engaging with that person, they call you so that you can do that labor. You can take them out to coffee, you can take them out to, I don't know, whatever men do, whatever. I don't know. The point is that you take...
You don't even know what men do. That's how freaking man-hating you are, leftist.
On the labor of explaining to right-wing white men why other people deserve their humanity instead of that bigotry spilling onto the victims of those white men. So if y'all got busy with that, I think it would solve a lot of issues. Because the thing is, as valid as some of your critiques in that video were, it's also thinly veiled misogyny, and you know that. Let's not pretend.
You know, I was thinking about this the other day, right? If I was to list down all my beliefs, where would I lean? Would I lean right? Would I lean left? My gut tells me I'd be in the center, but if I had to lay it all down...
I 100% agree with P. My gut says I'm pretty centered, but now all of my views are considered quite conservative, right? And it's just that the center is not center anymore. The center is just right because, again, left just pushed so far to the left. I don't ever believe that most people are jumping into the conservative ship. No, that they're just somewhat in the middle and they see everything and they're like, oh, it all makes sense this way.
I might actually lean more left, but I couldn't imagine being a liberal man. And essentially, as a liberal man, you're not really allowed to have any opinions ever. Everything is your fault. Even if you do the right thing, you're going to get demonized and you're not allowed to defend yourself. Because if you defend yourself, that's misogynistic. And as a liberal white man, it's your fault. Because you liberal white man, did a bad job in recruiting men to your side. It's not that countless feminist profiles online promoting man hate. No. It's your fault. Because you didn't do the recruitment.
It's always men's fault.
I couldn't imagine.
200 people showed up to that women's march, according to the New York Times. However, within 1 week, Black Project 2025 has 52,000 members and has just raised over $20,000. This has never been a greater time to have the best organizers on one team for one cause.
So I watched this video, right? And, you know, the black community being together, black people being together, that's not a surprise to me. That's literally always been the case, right?
Yeah.
No matter what the feminists try to tell you, black people have always been together. So that's not a surprise. Only 200 women showed up to the Women's March. Only 200? What happened to sticking together? I had to find this article. And I did. So apparently this march was on Saturday and it was outside of some sort of conservative think tank. The crowd was small and the march didn't really have any enthusiasm because of it. I could imagine you turn up, you see 200 people, you're like, well, where's everyone? You know what I'm saying? Like all the enthusiasm just drains out because you thought we were in this together, but you weren't. Apparently the first women's march after Trump's election in 2017 drew hundreds of thousands of women. So you go from hundreds of thousands to 200? Mm-hmm. Damn! So there's a video here.
This really shows that the big red wave is happening to men and women.
Let's see if I can post it up. Sometimes they take these types of videos down because of copyright. So if the video isn't there, it is because of that.
That we will win. I believe that we will win.
They're screaming, I believe that we'll win.
Win what?
You're already lost. Look, this is a really bad look for the feminists. The idea that this election was a men versus women issue, it really wasn't. Because the women are showing in numbers that they aren't with you guys anymore.
Okay, ladies, you know how you'll be like, I hate all men, and they'll be like, no, not all men, and you'll be like, yes, all men, and they'll be like, no, but I didn't do anything wrong, and you'll be like, but you're part of a system that holds up the patriarchy and oppresses us, and you don't hold your other men accountable, and I know that because if good men did hold bad men accountable and there weren't that many bad men, then I wouldn't be having this problem to begin with. And even if you are a good guy, it's like picking a poison chocolate out of a box of chocolates because you never know which one is actually going to be hurtful until it's like too late. That's how Black women feel about white women. Okay? And I can hear some of you thinking right now, well, I'm a safe person and I want to show Black women that I'm a safe person, so how can I show them that? If you're really worried about Black women's safety, you're focused on creating a safer world for them, not on making sure that they know that you're safe, because that's more about how you're feeling about the situation. It sounds a lot like...
Again, people vote for their own interest. It's hard to be voting for other people's interests. It doesn't even make sense.
Those guys who are coming into women's videos about the 4B movement being like, but I voted Kamala, how about me? Like, this isn't about you.
I want to address what she said about being a part of a patriarchal system or upholding patriarchy. This is something that white liberal women need to understand. History isn't looked at on the basis of whether you are a man or a woman. There are different demographics. So you right now, this lady, you are a white woman. You're not a woman, you're a white woman. And I'm not a man, I'm a Black man. Based off that, we have different history. Black women and Black men, history is different from white women and white men.
True.
And Asian men and Arab men and Arab. Our history is different. Okay? So let's look at your history as a white woman. If you look at history from a white perspective, you can make a case that both white men and white women were oppressed. White men had to fight wars. White men had to work jobs that they probably didn't want to work with terrible working conditions. White women had a role, homemaker, right? Didn't have the same rights that white men had. Couldn't do some of the same things that white men could do. So when you look at history in the confines of whiteness, you can make a case that both of you were oppressed. But then something happened, right? Migration. That's when people of all different races started to come together via slavery, via just people just migrating, whatever the case is. Now we live in a multicultural society. So then we have to start looking at history outside of whiteness. You, as a white woman, compared to any other demographic, face no oppression. You were not oppressed.
True.
Only in the confines of whiteness were you oppressed. Everybody else, your life, your quality of life has always been better. And I know this is very difficult because America is such a big continent and it's so influential. Look outside of America. Look at the people around the world who are suffering. Are white women suffering anywhere? No. But really. You talking about how all men are a part of a patriarchal system or uphold a patriarchal system. Are you an idiot? Like, do you have no concept of reality? Do you think that the people suffering around the world aren't white by coincidence? Do you think that's a coincidence? I genuinely don't get it with these feminists. I do not understand it. It's just like what I said. Feminism was created while white women owned slaves. Like, these women have always been like this. Like, they've always been like this. And it seems to only be the conservative women who actually have common sense and actually understand they are privileged and they have no rights being taken away.
I have a troubling question again. I keep seeing people write that women lost their rights. What right did I lose? Like, can somebody please enlighten me? What right did I lose as a woman? Because I don't think I lost any rights. Unless, is it the right to work? Because if I lost rights to work, then I got to call my husband right now and tell him I can't go to work tomorrow.
Someone told me that because I'm a stay-at-home mom and my husband pays all the bills that I'm oppressed. I can't even say that with a straight face. Says the one that can't even get someone to marry them. Mm-hmm. What are you talking about? Do you see this? Do I fucking look oppressed to you? I haven't touched a gas nozzle in 8 years. I have not pulled out my card to pay for anything in 8 years. If this is what oppression
It's a good man. Fills up the gas tank every weekend for her.
looks like, then Sign me the fuck up. Are you dumb or are you stupid?
They're both.
Yes, I will cook for my husband. Yes, I will clean for my husband. Yes, I will raise my husband's children. Because some men fucking deserve that. I'm so terribly sorry for you that you keep finding sticks in the mud that treat you like shit. But bitch, don't come over here telling me what my reality is. I'm having a great time. I'm having the best time, a grand old time. 80 years with this man is not enough.
My girl.
Fuck out of here. I'm oppressed. Good God, get out a dictionary and study history. You sound fucking stupid.
She's absolutely correct. But like my granddad used to say, common sense, it really ain't that common.
There is no doubt in my mind this would have been the fate of the United States if something had gone differently last week. The UK is now saying they are going to imprison any citizen that views what the government deems to be far-right propaganda online for up to 15 years. I have so many questions about this, not the least of which is, can you even control what comes up in your algorithm? If something just happens to pop up in your feed, are you doomed to spend more than a dozen years in federal prison?
Right to jail, right away.
Who gets to determine what far-right propaganda is? Because let's be honest, by modern UK standards, every single thing J.K. Rowling posts on X is probably considered far-right propaganda. And is enforcement anything like what we've already seen regarding social media hate speech and misinformation laws? Because I have a pretty strong feeling I know exactly how extreme this is going to get in a very short period of time.
It sounds like YouTube is about to clamp down.
Maybe it's time for the West to make Orwell fiction again. You guys okay across the pond? Blink twice if you need.
The UK is a disgrace. Historically, it's been a disgrace. They still are a disgrace. They probably always will be a disgrace. The UK are currently mining Congo right now. As we speak, the UK, along with other Western countries, are mining Congo right now, enslaving their people, unaliving people on a daily basis right now today. But they want to lock people up for viewing far-right content for up to 15 years. The UK has a problem with too many people in prison. They are letting out nonces. If you don't know what a nonce is, a kid caresser.
What?
Right? They're letting out those people.
What?
Because the prisons are too populated. They're overcrowded. So that they can lock up people for watching things online and people who say things online. It is what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. The UK, it's just a joke.
Hi, my name is Christina, and I used to be one of the most popular female leftist YouTubers in like maybe 2020, 2021, whatever. And a big reason why I took a huge step back from leftist politics and this sort of leftist online sphere is getting comments like this from other fellow leftists. Cope harder, bitch. You literally have white privilege and you only care about your own rights. You made it on the block list. Now, I've never claimed to be a perfect leftist. I have a lot of...
A perfect... Is
What the fuck is a perfect...
You know in Dragon Ball Z, you got regular Cell, right? You got Cell when you absorb a couple things. But then you got perfect Cell. Is that a perfect... Who do you guys have to absorb to be a perfect leftist?
Educating myself to do. I read a lot of books. I do a lot of research on my own time. I don't make as many videos anymore. I don't really engage in a lot of discourse online anymore. But one thing that has always really pissed me off is how deep leftist infighting goes. Even just me posting, telling people to go vote. I'm Canadian, by the way, so like the US election I had no control over. I didn't get to vote for it, like whatever. I encouraged my American followers to go out and vote. That was enough to have leftists in my DMs attacking me, saying I'm supporting genocide.
What?
Whether you decided to vote for Kamala, or you decided to vote third party, or you decided to vote for no one at all, that is your choice, and that's a choice that you have to live with. Don't let anyone tell you that they are morally superior to you because they made a different decision than you, when you made a decision to the best of your ability with the information you were given.
Guys, look. Okay, I know it's difficult, but at some point, we're going to have to come together. As feminists, come on, where's the unity? Where is the love? Baby, I was on some people killing, people dying. Come on, man.
They're coming for us. This is officially the bat signal. My second really large video about women empowerment just got pulled from the creativity program and marked for hate speech. And I'm not the only one. Russia just banned child-free content yesterday, and it's about to come to us. I need anyone who's trying to be an advocate after this
Russia's coming. It's a Cold War Part 2. What's going on? Russia's coming for you?
Presidential election. Please promote our Operation FemFreeze content. There's a PDF in my link tree. We have a website, and we need donations because they're trying to hit all of us in our
Because you're broke, dusty, musty, crusty.
pockets. We're trying to organize so that we can protect freedom of speech.
I don't know, man. Some of you guys be really hateful, man. Like, I saw a video of Nick Fuentes, right? And he was saying some real hateful stuff. It's like some real terrible stuff. And I started to think, wait, that's what these feminists be saying. I was like, wow. Nick Fuentes, I don't even know what.
I mean, I don't get how all men should die. Male baby fetuses should be aborted is not considered some kind of hate speech.
Platform. They kicked him off so many platforms. I don't even know where he's at. But he was saying the same things that the feminists were saying. I was like, damn.
200 women? Really? You know what? I might have to take back what I said about the presidents doesn't usually change much. There's quite a bit of change already. My bad on that. Please like, comment, subscribe down below. I really appreciate that. And I'll catch you next time. Ciao.